After a shocking shooting over the weekend, authorities have arrested a man accused of assassinating a Minnesota state lawmaker and shooting another along with their spouses.
And authorities say the suspect had a list of other potential targets, which included other politicians. Our Washington correspondent Rachel Knapp is live. Rachel, even after the shooting, you found out that some members of Congress are still getting death threats. Can you tell us about that?
Good evening, Nick and Renata. New York Congressman Nick Langworthy tells me that he has sheriff's deputies parked outside of his home right now because he received a new death threat today. And sadly, it's not the first time that he has received one. Now, he called these recent shootings in Minnesota horrific and is encouraging people to tone down the rhetoric.
In this country, we settle our political differences between each other through debate and words and elections.
New York Representative Nick Langworthy describes the recent assassination of a Minnesota state lawmaker and the shooting of another as chilling.
It's inexcusable by any metric, and it's something that we all have to be on high alert. I mean, as we speak right now, I have sheriff's deputies in front of my house. I have a fresh death threat today.
The representative says it's not the first time threats have been made against him in his district offices.
It's something we have to take very seriously. But each of my offices has been threatened today. You would think that an event like what happened in Minnesota would make people really give a sober second thought before they open their mouth in that kind of fashion.
In the Minnesota shooting, officials say the suspect had a notebook mentioning about 70 potential targets, which included civic and business leaders and politicians.
It's no exaggeration to say this is the stuff of nightmares.
According to the U.S. Capitol Police, they investigated nearly 9,500 threats against members of Congress last year. The year before it was 8,000. Langworthy says there's a disturbing rise in political violence. In 2017, House Minority Leader Steve Scalise was shot during the congressional baseball practice. The president himself was the target of 2 assassination attempts, and most recently, an arson attempt at the Pennsylvania governor's home. Here at the Capitol, security is tight, but when members return to their home districts, the congressman says they work with local law enforcement if there's any threat. Langworthy says the violent rhetoric needs to cool down.
Just because I disagree with someone politically doesn't mean that we should be wishing harm on those people.
And Nick and Renata, rank and file members don't have security detail here on the Hill, but congressional leaders, they are assigned some security back home to their home districts. They don't have any details there, but Congressman Langworthy tells me that he is just praising the response from the local law enforcement officials when there has been a threat made against him. Nick and Renata, back to you.